If you're over 60 and your legs or feet feel heavy, cold, or tingly at night, you might not believe how quickly your body can still change once you do one simple thing before bed. Because the truth is, many seniors think this is just old age, when in reality, your circulation is whispering for help long before it starts shouting with pain. And tonight I want to show you a gentle, natural way to answer that whisper. I want you to imagine this for a moment. It's 11:47 p.m. The house is dark and quiet, but you're awake again, staring at the ceiling. Your calves feel tight, your feet feel like ice, and every time you move, there's that dull, dragging ache. So you sit on the edge of the bed, rub your legs, maybe walk to the bathroom, maybe take another pill, and you tell yourself, I guess this is just how it is after 70. But deep down, you miss the days when your legs still felt like they belonged to you, when you could walk to the kitchen without feeling like you were dragging 2 bags of wet sand. Let me tell you about Margaret from Texas. She's 72, a retired teacher, and for almost 3 years she dreaded going to bed. Her days were slow but manageable. Yet nights were a different story. Every night around midnight, she'd wake up with her feet burning and freezing at the same time. Her legs felt tight, stiff, like her muscles had turned into ropes. She kept a tube of cream on her bedside table and a pair of thick socks under her pillow because she never knew which one she'd need, and many nights she needed both. She told herself it was just circulation, something that happens with age, and she tried to live with it. But inside she was tired and discouraged. She stopped going for evening walks with her neighbor because she didn't want to pay the price later in the night. She stopped standing at church for the full service because her legs would complain all night after, and slowly her world shrank from walking around the block to just walking around the house. One afternoon, her granddaughter was watching videos on her tablet and stumbled onto a simple idea, that what you eat before bed can gently nudge your blood vessels open, support your nerves, and calm your muscles while you sleep. Not in some magical or instant way, but the same way a warm sunrise slowly melts the frost on a field, small, steady, natural. And so, with her doctor's approval, Margaret decided to experiment with a very gentle evening routine. A small bedtime snack for circulation, a few minutes of slow breathing, and softer light before bed. The first night, she didn't expect much, but she noticed she fell asleep a little faster. The second night, she still woke up, but her legs were less heavy. And by the third night, she said something shifted. Her feet felt warmer, and for the first time in months, she went back to sleep without needing cream or socks. Not because her body suddenly became young again, but because she finally started giving it what it had been quietly craving for years. So why does this happen in the first place? Why do so many people after 60 feel like their legs and feet belong to someone much older than they are? Think of your body like a garden. When you were 20 or 30, your circulation was like a fast, strong river. Your blood flowed everywhere with ease. Your soil stayed moist without much effort. But after 60, the river slows. Tiny streams that reach your toes and fingers can become narrower and stiffer. The soil dries faster, and the roots, your muscles and nerves, don't get the same gentle, steady watering they once did. This is why things like sitting too long, not drinking enough water, stress, sugary snacks, lack of movement, and yes, poor sleep can all team up against your circulation, especially at night. When you lie down, your body is supposed to repair blood vessels, relax your arteries, and send fresh, oxygen-rich blood to your legs and feet. But if your vessels are stiff, your blood is a little thicker from dehydration, and your nerves are irritated, your legs may feel heavy, cold, or restless instead of relaxed. The good news is that you don't always need something extreme to help this process. Sometimes you just need to give your body the right kind of gentle support at the right time, especially in the evening. That's where smart bedtime nutrition comes in. Now, I want to give you simple, natural steps you can talk about with your doctor, and if they approve, gently try at home. We're not trying to replace medicine or ignore serious conditions. We're trying to work with your body, not against it. Imagine a small, calm ritual that you repeat every evening, one that tells your brain it's safe now, we're slowing down, and tells your blood vessels, open up, relax, let's send warmth to the toes again. Step 1. About 1 hour before bed, have a small circulation-friendly bedtime snack instead of heavy salty meals or sugary desserts. For many seniors, this might look like a small handful of unsalted or lightly salted pumpkin seeds, a few walnuts, or a few tart cherries if they fit your health plan and don't conflict with your medications. Some people like a warm drink made from unsweetened cocoa mixed with warm milk or a milk alternative, with just a little bit of natural sweetener. Again, only if this is safe for you and your blood sugar. These kinds of foods tend to be rich in minerals like magnesium, natural plant compounds that support blood flow, and gentle fats that help your blood vessels stay flexible. Just remember the key word, small. Think of it as a supporting snack, not a second dinner. Step 2. Lower your lights. When the lights are bright, your brain thinks it's still daytime, which can keep your stress hormones higher and your healing, relaxing hormones lower. So dim the lights, turn off the harsh overhead bulbs, and if you can, use a softer lamp or warm-toned light. This doesn't just help your sleep, it helps your nervous system calm down, which naturally helps your circulation. Step 3. Give your legs and feet a little attention. You don't need a long workout, just 2 or 3 minutes of gentle movement or stretching while sitting on a chair or the edge of the bed. Circle your ankles slowly, flex your feet up and down, gently squeeze and release your calf muscles. You are basically telling your veins, let's move the blood back up. It's like giving your circulation a friendly push before you lie down. Step 4, take 3 or 4 slow, deep breaths. Remember this pattern. In through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 2, out through your mouth for 6. When you exhale longer than you inhale, you activate your body's relaxation system. Your heart rate softens, your blood vessels relax, and your body gets the message. It's time to repair, not fight. Do this for just a minute or 2, and you'll feel the difference, especially in your chest and shoulders. Now here's a hidden secret many people never pay attention to, but it quietly pulls strings behind the scenes. Hydration. Even losing a small amount of your body's water can make your blood thicker, slow your circulation, and make it harder for your brain to release the hormones that support deep, healing sleep. Many seniors unintentionally drink less in the evening because they're afraid of waking up to use the bathroom. And that's understandable. But the answer isn't to be dehydrated, it's to plan smart. For many people, a good rule is to get most of their water earlier in the day and then have just a small glass of water in the early evening, not right before bed. Of course, every body is different, and if your doctor has told you to limit fluids, follow their advice. But the big idea is this: a slightly dehydrated body has a harder time sending warm, nourishing blood all the way to your toes at night. So ask your doctor what a healthy fluid plan looks like for you and gently follow it. Your circulation will thank you. Another overlooked insight is that your body remembers patterns. If you go to bed at wildly different times every night, your blood vessels, your heart, your nerves, they never quite know when to switch into repair mode. But when you give your body a fairly consistent bedtime, a calm routine, and a simple supportive bedtime snack, over time it starts to adjust. Your nighttime becomes a predictable healing zone instead of a restless battle. So here's what I want you to imagine doing over the next week. Again, always checking with your healthcare provider if you have medical conditions. About 1 hour before your chosen bedtime, turn off the TV noise if it's loud. Dim the lights. Prepare your small snack, maybe a handful of seeds or nuts that support circulation, or a small warm cocoa drink made from real unsweetened cocoa. Then sit somewhere comfortable, gently move your ankles, flex your feet, give your calves a little massage, take your slow breaths, and as you lie down, you might even say to yourself, "Tonight my body is allowed to heal." It sounds simple, almost too simple, but often it is simple habits done consistently that create the biggest changes in how we feel. Some seniors notice that their feet start to feel a little warmer after a few nights. Some notice that the heavy dragging feeling in their legs softens. Some simply notice that they're less tense and anxious at bedtime, and all of those are signs that your body is responding, not overnight miracles, but quiet, steady steps in the right direction. Your body is not your enemy, even if it has scared you, even if your legs have hurt you. Your body has been doing its best with what it's been given. And the truth is, it still remembers how to heal. It may not bounce back like it did at 25, but it absolutely can improve, adapt, and surprise you at 60, 70, 80, and beyond when you start giving it the right support. So if your legs are trying to tell you something at night with cold toes, tingling, or heaviness, don't just ignore them, listen softly, talk to your doctor, and consider trying a gentle bedtime routine like this. One small snack, a few slow breaths, a little movement, dimmer lights, and consistent sleep done night after night can become a quiet revolution in how your legs and feet feel. Your body still remembers how to heal. It just needs your care, your patience, and your kindness. Start tonight, stay consistent for a few days, and watch how small shifts can grow into big changes. And remember, you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it more often than you don't. If this message opened your eyes or gave you even a little bit of hope, share it with someone you love who also struggles with cold feet, heavy legs, or nighttime discomfort. And if you'd like more gentle, science-informed lessons on healing, strength, and better aging, consider subscribing to Golden Wisdom so we can walk this path together every week. Because every sunrise after 60 can still be one of the brightest ones yet, and your legs, your heart, and your future deserve that chance.